What's up? It's Andy coming to you on a pretty weird Monday. It's a Monday like a summer school Monday where you're looking around like, ah, man, I remember when these classrooms used to be full, because the NHL has started a quasi all-star break where some of the teams are already done. But then there's one game tonight, 2 tomorrow, and then 3 on Wednesday, and then the all-star break and no games until Monday. Makes no sense to me, but then again, they'll also schedule 8 games to start at 7, 0 to start at 7:30, and kick off the next ones when the second period is starting with all those 7 o'clock games. You'll never know. I almost respect it in a way, because it's like you try, people are like, why did they do it? And there's no answer. There's no legitimate answer that makes any sort of sense, and there's a weird Joker part of me that actually likes that about the NHL.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
On this Monday night, we have a singular game. Now, is this a game between two teams? Or, oh, no, that's good. We have a team like the Bruins, who we know we can trust on defense at home, versus another. Now, don't forget what Carlos said on Friday. And, by the way, hope you guys enjoyed that. Seems like many of you did. I'm sure we will do something like that again in the future. But he said many times these teams are just trying to get to break the same way me and you just wanted to take our last final and get out of there, get home to maximize how many days we had off before the next semester started. So a lot of these times, I think these guys are just pushing to get the hell out of there. I wish these were two kind of boring defensive teams. We kind of have one of those. But when it comes to the Ottawa Senators, perennial member of the Scam 5, every single result that you could think inside your head right now is on the table. Remember they played the Oilers and it was 0-0 after 2? And then they'll get in these 6-5 games. Everything's on the table. They have so much offensive talent. They are just a jackal team where we started to trust them. We got through by the skin of our teeth against the Boston Bruins with the +1.5. And then the next game, after they'd won a couple in a row, got a point against the Bruins, take a lead against the Rangers, who have been playing pretty awful. Rangers have been playing bad hockey. Ottawa goes up on them in their building, and then the Rangers just completely waxed them the second half of that game. And I think Ottawa was up 2-0. So everything is on the table with these Senators. And on the other side of that game, it's not like you know what you're getting out of Nashville. I believe they're one of these win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one. I think they're 8-8 in their last 16 games or something like that. So every possible outcome is on the table for this game. When there's one game on a slate, you guys know we're reaching. And if you reach for Sniffs, that's never a good thing. They're mostly losing. You try to force a sniff.
What do you mean sniff? Sniffing with his nose.
So rarely that works out, and so rarely should that work out, because you got to learn your lessons. You got to realize that's not you. You have to have faith in a sniff, and then if it doesn't work out, you wait till the next batch rolls in. But in this game, what I'm going to be looking at are players on both teams. Now, when it comes to these Senators, because they have offensive talent and because these games kind of skew towards like the way the last one went against the Rangers, I think the funnest thing I can do for you guys on a Monday is play it out like it's going to be a Ruckus game. Play it out like it's going to be one of these Ottawa games. Because my first thought would be like, man, this isn't like Ottawa, Buffalo. This is Ottawa, Nashville. But many times in the NHL, there's that hidden Ruckus, the sneaky Ruckus, the thing you had in the cabinets. You forgot, oh my God, I had a full box of Snickers in here. I completely forgot about those. And you see that. You see these teams play each other. You never expect them to be high-scoring games, and they go absolutely wild. Think about these Dallas Stars, Nashville Predators games. How many 5-4s am I going to see with these two teams? So it is possible, and I'm going to choose to believe that these guys can be getting points from both games. And why do I say that? Because I saw Philip Forsberg listed at over 1.5 points. Now, if there's a team who key players in an offense can accrue a bunch of points against, it's the Ottawa Senators. You look at those Rangers. Many of those Rangers who were ice cold before that game, I'm pretty sure Zibanejad had 2, Kreider had 2, Panarin had 2, Fox had, all the big guys on the Rangers had it. And the beautiful thing about the Predators, there aren't that many of those on the team. You're essentially looking at Forsberg and Yossi. And in a game like this, we do got to hope the up and down nature of Saros, just like the up and down nature of the Nashville Predators, is letting a few goals in, because if he's having one of those great games, he can kind of stifle an over and things like that. But give me the 2 points for Philip Forsberg. If there's ever a team that he's going to be able to do it against, and it shouldn't be that difficult, I mean, we know that he shoulders so much of the burden for this Predators team. I'll try that over 1.5 with Philip Forsberg. And then on the other side, the Senators are rejiggering their lines every single game, rejiggering their power plays every single game. So the first thing that I want to bring to your attention is the Senators are one of these teams that I mentioned this the first time Josh came on, or he mentioned it, and I said it's good that you brought that up because I want to remind people. There are 2 types of power plays in the NHL in terms of units. There are teams who do like the 1 minute for unit 1, 1 minute for unit 2, either because they have a plethora of talent or it's not like either one gives them a significant advantage. The elite teams don't do that. Colorado, they're leaving that unit on for 95 seconds. Tampa's leaving that unit on for 95 seconds. That Rangers top unit's on there for 95 seconds. But this Ottawa team, one unit's getting a minute, another unit's getting another minute. So while I still want to have people on the top unit, it's not a case where I would fully disregard people on that second unit. But the person I see who's providing the most value, I told you about these defensemen like Montour, who had another secondary assist on a power play goal the other night, and Shabbat was the other one. Well, as far as I understand, Shabbat in the last game and a half, I believe, he's playing the power play on PP2, and we have Jake Sanderson taking the power play 1 spot, and his point prop is like plus 125. So if we can just weasel one of those power play goals, or, you know, he could obviously get it on 5-on-5 as well. But Jake Sanderson for a point. And now if you, obviously, I know you people, you're mixing all these things together. And I know on DraftKings you can mix these together. But if you took 2 points for Philip Forsberg and that plus money point from Sanderson, the son of Jeff Sanderson, I was always a fan of his. Then you're looking at a nice plus money payout in that same game parlay. Now, outside of Sanderson on Ottawa, they mega stacked the top line again. They put their 3 most skilled offensive players on the top line. You got Brady Tkachuk with Stützle and Claude Giroux all on the top line. They've been split up for the last however many weeks. Now they got Pinto back in the lineup, so they have more flexibility to move guys up and down the roster. But if we're going to see that mega line together in this game, I think you're going to see this line click once. And because Stützle is not on the top power play, I want a chance that I can get a point from both of these guys. So give me 1 for Giroux and give me 1 for Brady Tkachuk. I would include Stützle in a bigger one, hoping to hit all 3, but because as of right now, he's not listed on that top power play, I'm just going to stick with those other 2. So I like the point props on all those guys from Ottawa. So I will take Claude Giroux, I'll take Brady Tkachuk, and I will take Jake Sanderson on the back end. And then on the other side, I will take Philip Forsberg over 1.5 points. And I guess if we're going to skew things towards the Ruckus direction, then give me the over 6.5. You always got a shot in these Ottawa games. The one thing we got to steer clear of is UC Saros having one of these games where he's clearly keeping it under. But since there's only one game, and this is it's like a semi-bye week since some teams are already off, then I thought I would leave you with some fun ones. If you want me to take a pick for this game, I'll probably skew towards I'm not just going to make a pick so that you guys can then hold me to it, even though I have no faith in it. So that is what I got for you here on a Monday. A couple of player props for you. Good luck to you. Better luck to me. Make sure you're subscribed here to the YouTube channel. We got 2 games tomorrow and then 3 on Wednesday. I'll give you what I can on those. But as always, I'm not just going to give you things that I don't have confidence in taking myself. Like, I don't mind losing, but at least I want you to know that I'm on it as well. Not just say, oh, you got to take this, you got to take this. In this game, I think there's a capability of goals being scored because it's one of these Ottawa games on their home ice. Doesn't happen every single time, but there's a reason they're a part of the Scam 5, and there's a reason we include them as one of our main Ruckus ingredients in our Sanderson Sisters Witches Brew. All right? I'll be back with you tomorrow to talk about those next slew of games. See you then.